G'day and welcome, fight fans. Welcome back to the MMA Husky Hustler. This week coming from the Apex Center at Vegas 104. Let's dive deep into the chaos, the combat, and the canine commentary. Let's go. And kicking off the card in the women's flyweight division, Duran versus Carli Judice. Dan needs to control the distance with fast, precise strikes to avoid close exchanges, mixing clinching or takedowns if Judice's pressure becomes overwhelming, neutralizing her aggression. Turn the fight into a brawl, landing heavy punches to finish with a knockout. Judice's experience in the octagon will likely play a difference in the decision here. She can pressure and force her into exchanges where she can land more powerful shots, wearing out her opponent after the first and second round. If wins by KO, likely in the second or third round, after pressuring Duran and landing a clean shot. But our formal prediction will be Judice by round 2 KO. In the women's bantamweight division, we have Josiane Nunes versus Priscila Cachoeira. Nunes' path to victory is through striking and knockout power. If she can keep the fight at range and land heavy shots, particularly her left hook, she could finish Cachoeira with a knockout in the first or second round. She needs to avoid getting trapped into a brawl, as Cachoeira's aggression could overwhelm her if she gets too wild. Cachoeira's path to victory is through pressure and aggression. She can close the distance quickly, turn the fight into a chaotic brawl, and land heavy punches. She could potentially overwhelm Nunes and secure a TKO finish. Cachoeira's durability and constant pressure will be key, and she'll need to survive Nunes' early attacks and outlast her. Our formal prediction for this fight is Nunes by decision. And in the flyweight division, we have Daniel Barez versus André Lima. Barez will need to use his experience to outwork Lima, particularly in the clinch or on the ground. His pressure and durability are his assets that could wear down Lima over 3 rounds. If Barez can avoid being outpaced by Lima's speed and aggressive striking, he could make the fight dirty and drag Lima into deep waters. Lima's key to winning is his speed, striking accuracy, and ability to stay ahead of Barez with quick combinations. If Lima can avoid Barez's clinch game and control the distance, he will outpoint him with his superior striking. Lima also has a solid submission game, which could be dangerous if Barez makes any mistakes on the ground. Lima's cardio and ability to maintain a high pace for 3 rounds will be crucial in securing a decision. Lima's speed and striking should be the deciding factors, allowing him to control the tempo of the fight from the start, while Barez will likely try to push a relentless pace and bring the fight to the ground. Lima's ability to stay composed, avoid getting overwhelmed, and outpoint Barez with his cleaner striking should secure him the win. Lima's well-rounded game and conditioning should allow him to avoid any major danger from Barez and earn a solid decision victory over 3 rounds. Final prediction, Lima by decision. In the women's strawweight division, we have Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Hughes. Luciano will use her superior striking to control the distance and land clean, powerful shots, and by keeping the fight standing and avoiding clinches or takedown attempts, she can outpoint Hughes with sharp punches and kicks. She will pressure Hughes with high pace, landing a variety of strikes to tire Hughes out. Her ability to land consistently and avoid the grappling exchanges will allow her to score points and control the fight. Hughes will need to close the distance quickly, getting takedowns to neutralize Luciano's striking. Once on the ground, she can work for control, and top position, winning rounds with ground control. By using clinch work against the cage and consistently pressuring Luciano, Hughes can disrupt her rhythm and avoid getting outstruck. She'll need to wear Luciano down and slow her offense. Luciano's striking volume and ability to avoid the clinch and grappling exchanges will allow her to control the pace of the fight. Although Hughes will likely attempt to wrestle and pressure, Luciano's technique and cardio should help her stay ahead, outpointing Hughes and winning a unanimous decision. Final prediction, Luciano by decision. In the bantamweight division, we have Carlos Vera versus Josias Musasa. Vera brings a wealth of experience and a well-rounded skill set, while Musasa is a powerful athletic fighter, still early in his career, but undefeated and potentially dangerous. His path to victory would be to use his experience, technical striking, and grappling to control the fight. His ability to fight through adversity and maintain a steady pace should give him the edge against Musasa, especially can avoid getting caught. Musasa needs to take advantage of his speed, explosive power, and aggressive striking. He can catch Vera early or avoid being outclassed in a longer exchange. He could finish the fight. Our prediction, Musasa by round 2 KO.
Fatality.
And in the bantamweight division, we have Seung Yu takes on AJ Cunningham. AJ needs to catch Yu with a knockout or technical knockout. He's shown his power in previous fights and can capitalize on his mistakes made by Yu. Cunningham can also try to outgrapple Yu, but this seems less likely given Yu's strong grappling background. Seung Yu has a strong chance of winning by decision, utilizing his well-grounded skill set, high-volume striking. He can also secure a submission victory given his 5 submission wins in his professional career. Yu's experience and grappling skills will likely be key factors in this matchup. Look for him to get takedowns early and often. Seung Yu wins by a decision. Heavyweight division, we have Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Ryan Spann, who's moving up from the light heavyweight division to the heavyweight division. Ryan has a lot of power and aggression with many first-round finishes. He's a powerful striker with knockout potential in both hands. His best chance is to land a big shot early, likely a heavy right hand or uppercut, to catch Waldo and finish the fight quickly. If his striking exchanges are not going his way, Spann has solid grappling and submission skills. He can take Waldo to the ground and work for a submission or control position, using his size and strength to wear him down. Waldo's striking precision and ability to manage the distance should give him the edge. While Ryan's knockout power is dangerous, Waldo's movement, cardio, and volume will allow him to avoid heavy shots and outpoint Ryan over 3 rounds. And Waldo Cortes-Acosta wins by decision. And now let's go live to Ollie Williams with a weather update.
It's gonna rain!
In the featherweight division, we have Choi versus Kevin Vallejos. Kevin is a well-rounded fighter with good striking and power. He can mix his striking with his wrestling, but his main path to victory is through his knockout power. Kevin has great timing and precision, so he can land clean shots or counter Sue's aggression. He could finish him with a knockout. Kevin's fight IQ will allow him to avoid getting caught by Sue's strikes. He can control the pace of the fight, land clean counters, and capitalize on any openings for a KO finish. He has the striking ability and power to overwhelm Sue's aggression. While Sue is dangerous early, Kevin's timing and accuracy will allow him to avoid the big shots and find a clean counter or land a combination for a KO finish in the second round. My final prediction, Kevin by KO round 2. In the lightweight division, we have Diyar Nugazi versus Brendson Ribeiro. Diyar has the advantage in terms of speed, athleticism, and striking power. His undefeated record and confidence shows that he can execute his game plan effectively, but he lacks experience at the high level, and that could be a factor against an experienced fighter like Brendson. As mentioned, Brendson has the experience edge and a well-rounded skill set. If the fight goes to the ground, Brendon's grappling could give him the significant advantage. However, he might struggle to keep up with the speed and power of Diyar, especially in the early rounds. Brendon's durability will be tested as he's been knocked out before, and Diyar has the power to replicate that. I think Diyar's speed, power, and athleticism will be too much for Brendson, especially early on. Brendson may be able to survive the first round or two, but eventually I see Diyar catching him with a clean shot and getting the finish before the fight can get too technical or drawn out. Brendson could have moments if he gets the fight to the ground, but I believe Diyar will maintain his perfect record with a KO win. Diyar wins by knockout in the second or third, but for the official prediction, we're going with a round 2 KO.
Fatality.
In the bantamweight division, we have Blackshear versus Cody Gibson. Blackshear is a skilled grappler with excellent submission abilities. He can close the distance, take Gibson to the ground, and work for a submission finish. His best chance is to control the fight on the mat, using his superior grappling to secure a tap out. Blackshear's high-paced style will wear Gibson down over time by maintaining pressure and staying active on the ground. He can find submission openings and capitalize on Gibson's mistake. Gibson to win, he needs to use his striking and knockout potential. He can keep the fight standing and avoid Blackshear's grappling. His powerful counters and precise punches could give him the upper hand. He has good fight IQ and could use his wrestling to defend against Blackshear's takedowns. If he can stay on the outside and keep the fight at range, he might be able to outstrike Blackshear. Blackshear's grappling will be the key to victory. Despite Gibson's striking threat, Blackshear should be able to close the distance, get the fight to the ground, and work towards a submission finish in the second round after wearing Gibson down with pressure. Final prediction, Blackshear wins by submission, round 2. Lightweight division, we have Alexander Hernandez versus Kurt Hallaba. André is known for his explosive striking and quick combinations. He can overwhelm opponents with speed, closing the distance rapidly and landing flurries before moving out of range. While he's primarily a striker, Alexander has solid wrestling and can use takedowns to control the fight if he's not able to get the fight to the ground. His ability to mix up well makes him dangerous. Alexander thrives when he can maintain a fast pace and force his opponents into reactive positions. He can win by overwhelming Kurt with constant movement and fast strikes, particularly in the early rounds. Kurt possesses solid knockout power, especially in the later rounds. He's not the fastest, but his relentless pressure and ability to absorb damage allows him to wear down opponents. He can land heavy strikes when opponents start slowing down. Kurt is tough and has a good chin, meaning he can take damage and keep pushing forward. He excels when he's able to land clean counters during exchanges, and his power becomes more dangerous as the fight progresses. His ability to push through tough spots and stay dangerous in later rounds allows him to capitalize on Alexander's potential fatigue, giving him an advantage in the later stages of the fight. Alexander will likely have success early with his speed and volume, using his striking and wrestling to keep Kurt at bay. However, he very rarely goes to his wrestling, so for that reason, as the fight moves into the later rounds, Kurt's pressure and durability and power will start to take a toll on Alexander. By the third round, Alexander may begin to fade, and Kurt will capitalize on that by landing a heavy shot to secure the knockout. Give me Kurt by a TKO in the third round. Welterweight division, we had Chidi Inchukwani, Zalizio Zolgowski dos Santos. This will likely be a striking battle, with Chidi using his range and technical skills to avoid heavy exchanges, while Alicio will look to press forward and close the distance using his power and versatility to land devastating strikes. Chidi's ability to control the pace with his footwork and distance management will be key. If he can maintain the outer range, using his kicks and precise strikes, he can outpoint Alicio and avoid getting trapped against the cage, where Alizio's pressure becomes most dangerous. While Alicio is durable and capable of zone weak damage, Chidi has the knockout power to end the fight if he connects cleanly. Alicio's pressure and aggression could create moments where he corners Chidi, forcing him into exchanges that would favor his power striking. If Alicio can find a way to close the distance and land clean combinations, he could hurt Chidi or even secure a knockout. With Chidi's movement and ability to control the tempo, it seems more likely that Chidi will avoid those dangerous moments. In the end, I see Chidi taking majority of the rounds by controlling the distance and outstriking Alicio. It will be a competitive bout, but Chidi's reach and precision and tactical movement will give him the edge over 3 rounds. I'm going to go against the odd makers on this one. Give me Chidi by decision. And in the main event of the middleweight division, we have the rematch between Marvin Vettori and Dolidze. Marvin won in their first encounter in a 3-round battle. This will be over 5 rounds, and it's for that reason my Husky has selected Roman as her dog of the week. Marvin uses constant pressure and striking volume to overwhelm opponents, relying on his durability to keep coming forward. He can take opponents down and control on the game, winning rounds through chop control and ground and pound, but that wouldn't be advised against Roman. Roman is a powerful striker with a creative and unpredictable approach, capable of landing heavy shots and ending fights. He has excellent grappling and submission skills, making him dangerous both in the clinch and on the ground. Roman's unorthodox striking and grappling will make it difficult for Marvin to impose his usual pressure. He'll mix in heavy strikes and submission attempts to outpoint Marvin over the 5 rounds. Looks like we're going against the bookies again. This will be our 3rd underdog in the main card alone.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Our final prediction, Dolidze wins by decision. And remember, talent, tendency, and tenacity usually tells the tale. The Husky Hustler recommends that you gamble responsibly.